Hi friend, let's see one word for sentences. One who talks too much, talkative. One who eats too much, glutton. One who sleeps too much, sluggard. One who speaks less, reserved. One who loves mankind, philanthropist. One who hates mankind, misanthrope. One who knows everything, omniscient. One who can do anything, omnipotent. One who is present everywhere, omnipresent. One who does not believe in God, atheist. One who believes in God, theist. One who doubts everything, skeptic. One who loves himself excessively, egoist. One who sacrifices for others, altruist. One who pretends to be what he is not, hypocrite. One who loves books, bibliophile. One who hates book, bibliophobe. One who collects stamps, philatelist. One who collects coins, numismatist. One who collects or loves plants, botanist. One who composes music, composer. One who writes poems, poet. One who writes novels, novelist. One who draws map, cartographer. One who studies stars, astronomer. One who studies earthquakes, seismologist. One who studies bird, ornithologist. One who studies insects, entomologist. One who studies plant, botanist. One who studies animals, zoologist. One who studies human societies, anthropologist. One who studies human mind, psychologist. One who studies ancient things, archaeologist. One who sells medicines, chemist. One who makes bread, baker. One who sells flowers, florist. One who repairs shoes, cobbler. One who makes furniture, carpenter. One who makes statues, sculpture. One who makes clothes, tailor. A place where books are kept, library. A place where animals are kept, zoo. A place where birds are kept, aviary. A place where bees are kept, apiary. A place where milk is kept, dairy. A place where fruits are kept, orchard. A place where wine is made, winery. A place where soldiers live, barracks. A place where weapons are kept, arsenal. A place where coins are made, mint. A place where dead bodies are kept, mortuary. A place where monks live, monastery. A place where nuns live, convent. A place where Christians worship, church. A place where Muslims worship, mosque. A place where Hindus worship, temple. A place where Jews worship, synagogue. A place where sick people are treated, hospital. A place where children are taught, school. A place where planes are kept, hangar. A speech by one person, monologue. A speech by two persons, dialogue. A speech by many people, polylogue. A speech without preparation, extempore. A speech in praise of someone, elegy. A speech at a funeral, elegy. A book of life story written by oneself, autobiography. A book of life story written by another, biography. A book giving words and meaning, dictionary. A book of map, atlas. A book of meanings in other language, glossary. A book of synonyms, thesaurus. A handwriting that cannot be read, illegible. A speech that cannot be heard, inaudible. A thing that cannot be done, impossible. A disease that cannot be cured, incurable. A person who cannot make mistake, infallible. A person who cannot die, immortal. A person who cannot be defeated, invincible. A person who cannot be corrected, incorrigible. One who loves nature, naturalist. One who loves art, connoisseur. One who travels from place to place, nomad. One who lives alone, recluse. One who loves himself, narcissist. One who spends too much, spendthrift. One who saves money, miser. One who lends money at a high interest, usurer. One who is always active, energetic. one who is always ready to fight aggressive, one who never drinks alcohol, teetotaler, one who cannot hear deaf, one who cannot see blind, one who cannot speak mute, one who speaks many languages, polyglot, one who knows two languages, bilingual. One who rules alone, autocrat. One who rules by people's choice, democrat. A person who gives up worldly life, ascetic. A person who pretends illness to escape duty, malingerer.